Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here, standing in my kitchen. Yes, my real kitchen, not some studio. But today we're gonna make 3-bean chili. Yes, as I said in my intro, this is my kitchen, okay? This is not some studio. This is not something that's been set up just so I can film and make a TV show, okay? So not all my camera angles are perfect, all right? But today we are making 3-bean chili. Okay, this is not a 3-alarm chili. It's not super spicy or anything like that, but it's a real good variation of the simple chili that I did many years ago. So I love chili. I love 3-bean chili. Let's get into this. I got everything already laid out on the counter. I'll show you exactly what you need and what we're going to do. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to need for our chili is a pound of ground beef. I use an 80-20 mix here, but you use whatever you like. I have 1 onion, 1 red bell pepper, 2 carrots, and these here are the Chipotles in Adobo Sauce. So I had some left over from my can, put it in a Ziploc baggie, pulled it out of the freezer, thawed it out, ready to go. We are going to have to dice all this stuff up. So I got a peeler for the carrots and my knife ready to go. I have a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Okay, this is the no salt added versions. That goes with our low sodium diet. However, this is not a low sodium dish. I need 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, half a teaspoon of whole oregano, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. And then here's my 3 beans, kidney beans, black beans, and pinto beans. These all need to be drained and rinsed, okay? All right, so that's it. A little bit of cutting to do, but not bad, okay? An onion, a pepper, and a couple of carrots, and the Chipotle chilies. All right, let's get into it. Let's get going. I'm hungry. I'll start with the carrots. Gonna just give them a quick peeling. Chop off the stem ends. Chop off the very tips. Usually they're a little dry. Okay, now looking at my carrots, I'm gonna go to where I think it's getting to be about a 1/2 inch across, and that's where I'm gonna cut it, okay? I don't want my pieces any more than a 1/2 inch in size. And then the rest of this, I will cut the carrot in half. Cut it in half. Now these here, I will only cut the very larger portion of the carrot. And that way I get a decent, consistent size. Again, go about a 1/2 inch in size, just like that, okay? 2 carrots, chopped. All right, let's do our onion. Cut off the blossom end, and then I'm gonna take my knife, peel down just the 1 layer, the 1 solid layer, and remove that. All right, and then I'm gonna cut off just that little straggly piece of root there, just like that, but I wanna leave the root portion attached. Flip it up, and I'm gonna cut right down through that root, okay? That way it all stays together. Now, I'm gonna do what's called a French cut, and basically what it is you go in at an angle and go through, and then you start rounding it up and over. That way you get, so you start this way and you're working your blade around like this as you go around the onion. And then again, go about 1/2 inch, and we'll just make a nice big dice. This last little piece of onion, don't worry about it, you don't need it. Okay, same thing with this other half. About every 1/2 inch or so, I'm making a slice. And then a 1/2 inch cube. And again, I don't really need all that. All right, get this all picked up and put in our bucket. All right, next up is our red pepper. And I'm going to cut off the top, maybe a ½ inch down or something. Get a nice little round off the top, and the stem will come right off. I'll also cut off about an inch off the bottom there. And now the rest of this, you just twist and pull it out. A little bit of the ribs left in there. We're just going to reach in there and pull those out as well. Just like that. Looks good. And now everything else just gets a nice rough chop. Again, trying to stay within that ½ inch size. If you want bigger pieces, go right ahead. There's that. Okay, just cut that part in half. ½ inch sticks or so. Doesn't have to be precise. You don't have to break out a ruler or anything like that. Just like that. All right, now I'm just gonna hold it together. Again, ½ inch chop. Just like that. Look at that. Pepper is all done. Okay, lastly, I'm going to reach in here and grab one adobo chili, but I actually want to pour a little extra sauce in there. Oh, I don't want that whole one in there. So yeah, just a little extra sauce in my vegetable mix. And again, we're just going to chop. Don't worry about the seeds or anything like that. We're just going to chop it up. Actually, we'll do more like a mince. So just keep on going back and forth, change your angles. There, that looks good. Nice mince. We'll take that, scrape it right into our bowl. All right, vegetables are done. All right, next thing we're going to do is open up my beans and get them draining and get them rinsed. You know what, while I'm at it, I might as well open up the tomatoes as well. All right, we're just going to take all the beans, just dump them right into the colander. That was the pintos, these are the kidneys, and then of course the black beans. Let's give them a quick little rinse here. All right, so I'm just gonna let these sit here and drain for a little while. We need to start cooking off the meat. Okay guys, so it's time to start cooking the chili. All of our prep work is done, we're ready to go. All right, we're gonna put the burner on a high heat, probably about a 8, 9, maybe all the way up to a 10 on your stove. I'm gonna cut open my little tube of meat here. Of course, be careful you don't cut your hand. All right, then all I'm gonna do is just take my big wooden spoon or spatula or whatever you wanna use and just start breaking up that meat. We're gonna brown this off for a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. It's already starting to brown a little bit. All right, right now in the cooking process, basically all that's been happening is a little bit of water has been rendered out of the meat. A little bit of browning is happening, but not a whole lot. And some of the fat is starting to render out. And actually, that fat is what I need. So now that I have just a little bit of pink showing, you got just a little bit there, okay? I'm gonna add all of my vegetation. And we're gonna saute all the stuff in all that rendered beef fat, okay? We don't need to add any extra oil or anything like that. But I do wanna saute this until the onions are translucent, okay? I love the smell of onions and burger and peppers and stuff. Oh, God, that's so good. You also have those Chipotle peppers in here too, just adding a nice smoky sensation to the mix right now. God, that's good. Okay, just so you know, you don't have to sit here and stir it all the time, but come back every couple of minutes and give it a stir. Okay, I'm going to show you in this camera here. You see all that stuff on the bottom of the pot down there? That's called fond, and that is very flavorful stuff. What's going to happen with that fond is as soon as I pour the tomatoes in there, it's going to deglaze, and all that flavor stuck to the bottom of the pot is going to flavor our chili. All right, that's looking good. I'm going to turn the heat down to about a medium. I'm going to measure out my, you know what? 2 teaspoons. So that was 2 teaspoons of cumin. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Just going to get this all stirred in. Oh, that smells nice. All right, now I'm going to take the diced tomatoes, juice and all. Okay, guys, don't strain it or anything like that. And just pour it right on in. And then work it around and try to scrape off the bottom of the pot. Okay, I'm going to actually turn it way down now. I don't want all that tomato juice to render out and dry up because I need it to deglaze my pan. As you can tell, it's not very saucy. Look how thick that is. But you can also see what that tomato juice has done. See how that fond just scrapes off the bottom there? That's what we were wanting. Now all that stuff that was caramelized on the bottom of a pan has just added flavor to our chili. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. There, that was a teaspoon of salt. Trust me on that. Half teaspoon of oregano and a half teaspoon of ground black pepper. I'm going to give all this a stir in now. Increase my heat to medium-low, okay? So on my dial, I'm at about a 4 right now. And I'm gonna leave it on this medium-low temperature for probably a good 10 minutes. And we're gonna cover it. So timer, 10 minutes. All right, guys, every couple of minutes or so, you gotta come back, give it a stir. Very simple, okay? Like I said, just do that a couple of times during that 10-minute simmer. All right, guys, there's our 10 minutes over real quickly. Just like I said, come back and stir every once in a while. All right, now, this is where you gotta start thinking. You see a lot of liquid in here, but that's not a whole lot, okay? The vegetables have rendered out quite a bit. Yeah, this would be almost more of a stew than a chili. The optional ingredient is water, okay? I would add somewhere between 1 to 2 cups of water just to thin this down just a little bit. All right, that was probably about a cup. Just going to give it a stir in, see how I like the consistency. You know what? I'm going to put the whole 2 cups in, I think. There we go. So for me, that was a full 2 cups there. Now I'm going to bring this right back up to a boil and then add another 10 minutes of cook time. So cover, 10 more minutes. All right, guys, here we go. Again, you come back every few minutes and stir. All right, see, we got a nice boil there going. I'm also liking the amount of moisture we have in here now. So yeah, that looks good. What I want to do, I'm going to find a little piece of carrot, because carrots will be the hardest item in here. Great, perfect. Loving it. I'm going to turn the heat all the way down to low. So I'm at number 1 on my burner. Now we're going to stir in all of our beans. Be kind of ginger with it. Don't get too rough, guys. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look good? All right, so all the beans are in now. And now it's going to simmer on low for another 20 minutes. I know that's a lot of simmering time, but trust me, okay? You're going to want to do this. It really develops the flavors, okay? So covered, 20 more minutes. And yes, you have to come back and stir it every maybe 5 minutes or so. All right, guys, there we go. It is done. As you notice too, when I put the lid on, I kind of have the lid offset so it lets out some steam. Then you don't have to do that. It just it'll help thicken it up just a wee little bit. All right, so yep, everything looks good. I want to here's a big piece of carrot. Again, that would be the hardest thing in the pot, so I want to see how done it is. All right. I'm actually going to sit here and let this cool because it's very, very hot right now. And I think Jen's going to make some homemade bread that we can have with this. And so yeah, this is just going to sit in the pot and steep. Chili is one of those dishes that they get better as they sit. So yeah, I'm just going to leave this alone for right now. Put the lid back on. Put it on the back burner, literally. Okay, so I will see you guys in a little bit. We'll give that a taste. All right, guys, so my chili is done down here, and I'm just going to show you how I typically dish up my chili. Nice big bowl of chili right there. And on top of that, I put on some saltine crackers or Ritz crackers. Either one is good. I prefer saltines. And really the only reason I use the cracker is just to sop up some of the extra liquid that's in here. And I also try to leave the crumble kind of big. I don't like a real powdery cracker. I'll reach here and grab a little bit of sour cream. Just a nice little dollop in there. Then of course you can take a pre-grated cheese like this stuff here, or you can even get a block of your favorite cheese. You can use cheddar cheese, that's always a big favorite. You can use farmer's cheese, Goudas and stuff like that as well. And get a grater and just grate your cheese on. But again, I'm just going to go for a light sprinkling of cheese, not much. All right, guys, there you go. That is my chili. Yeah, I know. How's it taste? How's it taste? Well, I'm getting there, all right? Calm down, guys. So, there you go. That's a good looking bite right there. A little cracker, a little cheese, a little sour cream, and a lot of chili. There's not bad chili right there. If I made any other changes, maybe add some tomato paste, or instead of diced tomatoes, use a pureed tomato. I think that would keep it from being a little bit runny. You know, a little bit of tomato paste in there to help thicken it up. Or like I said, use a pureed tomato instead of the diced tomato. But it's still a very good chili. Not overly spicy. You know, you can add more of that adobo sauce. That's actually where most of the flavor is coming from. So, yeah. And it is hot. temperature hot. All right, let me put this down. Wow. Oh man, that's a good chili. That really is. And I like the beans in there, the 3 beans, because each of them has a different texture and flavor. It's awesome stuff. It really is. And then most of the flavorings are actually coming from those adobo chilies. So yeah, if you want a little more heat, add a little bit more of that adobo sauce, okay? Or you can even spice it up with your own favorite hot sauce. Or do what we do around here and just leave the hot sauce on the table and let people add a little more heat on their own, okay? You don't have to put it all in the pot in hopes that everybody's going to enjoy it, okay? So this is Mark saying thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for letting me share my recipe with you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try it, okay? But always believe that you can do it, that you can make good food, that you can live a healthier life by making it yourself and not having to worry about some fast food restaurant or some sloppy, seedy bar grill place make your food for you. Literally, try to make your food on your own. Always believe you can do it. Always believe in your heart, your soul, your mind, your body, that you can do it. Bye, guys. What did you say about the chili?
I would actually eat this chili.
I'm having seconds.
And why is that important? I had seconds.
I don't normally have seconds on chili. I don't normally like chili. I like this chili.